Alright, let's give this a shot. So we have a unit test loaded. So I made it that you can switch unit tests actually. So so this makes it possible to have multiple unit tests for the same transformation. The data sets that I defined are quite simple in this case. It's just a bunch of simple rows. Let's try to run this. So in the logging, we will see that the unit test has passed successfully. Now we only run the unit test in the in Spoon. Next phase after this is to make well, maybe a visual indicator that well, on the mapping golden unit test, maybe some success or failure indicator graphically. Creating unit tests is also quite simple. Let's create another one. Let's call it duplicate. So you start off with an empty slate in this case, and so you select an input a data set, and now you can actually do an optional mapping from the data set source fields to the step target fields. In our case, it's quite simple, and the same for the golden data set. So again, straightforward field mapping, and that's it actually. So so now we have a new unit test. So now we can switch between all of them, and that's how simple it is. I really want this to be like something test driven, so that we well, we can make this very easy. It's also very easy to develop against this because you can do previewing of your test data inside of Spoon, and that makes it convenient for doing quick development. What's also interesting is that let's start with another unit test. So I can start with some input data set, or I can define a new data set with the output of the step. So this is usually how you start building a unit test. So define the data set. So I call this new input, and new input. I need to have like a database group, a database to store it in. Now I can create the table. Okay, and now I can edit it. Let's call this new 1A, new 2A, new 3A, new 4A. Something like that. So now we have this input, and so now I can actually select this as the input data set. So there's a new input, and so I can develop my transformation, and so I can preview the output of this, and I can say, okay, this is what I want. Now I can actually manually define a data set again, and this is then called golden data set. So let's call this new golden. There we go. And we can create a table, but instead of manually typing this all in, we have this option of actually writing the data from the step while it's running to the data set. Okay, yeah. Needs to be saved. So I'm going to write this to new golden. Same field mapping. And I run this. And well, if you now go into the data sets, yeah, golden, we can see that it populated the data. I don't have to really type it in. And now I can just select the golden data set, and my unit test is finished. So one of the things that we still have to do is actually supply a sort order. It's already in the backend, the capability of actually supplying a sort order so that we can force the rows coming from the database, from these data sets, to be in a particular order, and also during the comparison for the golden rows. It's already done in the backend, but I need to provide some GUI for it so that the users can optionally provide this sort order. Anyway, so this is a quick update of the dataset unit tests plugin and where it's at. Give it a shot. Please make sure to create a shared database connection for the datasets groups that you have. You can have multiples. And please give some feedback. Thanks. Cheers.